Hey folks, what's here? Welcome back to another Poem Master video, and today we're gonna check out the some Synchro builds and usage for Man Swampert, right? So Man Swampert, incredibly powerful sync pair, right? When you first look at it, you're wondering, well, it has Rain Dance with MP refresh on Rain Dance. What are we supposed to do with this, right? Are we just gonna? Is it a rain setter? The answer is yes, it is a rain setter. However, it is also a damage dealer. This thing has the highest total damage that you can output in 3 turns plus sync in the whole game. Um, she's an impressive, impressive is a slight understatement, damage dealer, and that's how you should build it. And the really great thing about it is all of her damage, right, comes out 1 out of 5. So like just one copy and you got all the damage. Obviously, I do prefer 2 out of 5, May at least, because you do get a lot of great things out of 2 out of 5, right? Hide and sync, which increases your sync move damage to make it the strongest sync move in the game. And then you also have MPR for Rain Dance, right? So, but anyways, that's neither here nor there. Let's get into the unit, right? First of all, in terms of her stats, really great HP with solid special attack, bad speed, and solid defenses. Once you mega it, the special attack becomes even higher, and then you get even higher defenses, right? Which is really nice. If you do look at the speed, like 177, that's not that great. However, it gets completely fixed once you have her mega, because she has Racing Rain 4, and you basically don't have to worry about gauge. Like, I ran a team with Mega Swampert, Mega Blastoise, and Mega Sharpedo, right? All 3 of them, and I was queuing up Muddy Water, then Liquidation, then Hydro Cannon, like one after the other without any issues at all, right? She just has, the Racing Rain 4 helps a lot, to say the least, right? And if that's not enough, you also get some extra gauges from Ready for This, I guess. But yeah, the trainer move Ready for This charges move gauge by 2, raises special attack and crit. And then you have Earth Power, which is Earth Power. You got a ground type option. And then you got Rain Dance, which is Rain Dance, right? And then you got Muddy Water, which is an AoE, moderate chance of lowering opponent's accuracy, which unfortunately doesn't have that great of accuracy itself, but obviously you could pick up some accuracy nodes on the Synchro to help with that. And then, solid base power, all that stuff. As for the passives, right? Pre-Mega, you got Racing Rain 2 and Raging Rain 3 with Dizzying Power. Dizzying Power is an extra 30% boost to your damage when the opponent has their accuracy lowered to the max, right? And then Raging Rain 3, which is extra 30% damage to your moves when it is rainy. And then you got Racing Rain 2, which charges your move gauge in rain. And then once you mega, Racing Rain 2 turns into 4, and Raging Rain 3 turns into 5. So it's a 50% on top of Dizzying Power, 30%, right? And on top of the rain, that gives you, just the rain buff, right? So this thing is hitting very hard, right? Her Muddy Water, which is a 3 gauge move, can do as much damage. I think they're all like 700k or so, right? As much damage as a 4 gauge move, Blast Burn under Sun, right? From Mega Charizard X, which is a lot of damage. This one is AoE. So you do have the extra AoE damage boost, which is extra 50% more. Right? But in terms of each target, it's 50% less, but total damage, you do 50% more than that, and that's, I think, the highest damaging move in the game. If you count the extra, the AoE multiplier, right? If you don't, it's still, very good, obviously. But I don't think it's highest. I think it's second or third highest or something like that, fourth. But anyways, that aside, it has the highest sync nuke in the game, because its sync move gets an extra 2 times multiplier when it's rainy. You get an extra 1.5 times in rain, and then you get another 2 times with hide and sync. Lots of damage, right? So basically, you're just trying to do damage through, right? I mean, obviously, you could also run another, you can run another damage healer, water type damage healer, and do that with rain and all that stuff. But she will be the focus of your damage because she does so much damage. As for, let's start with the sync grid, right? As for the sync grid, we'll start from 1 of 5. 1 of 5, again, you don't really have too many options here, right? It really just depends if you're, Muddy Water or Earth Power, right? Obviously, Muddy Water is better. If you want the move gauge refresh on Rain Dance, you can pick it up. I mean, you're at 1 of 5, you don't have too many options. There's nothing too special, right? You can pick up the MPR, so you could actually max out crit on your, on your own without any supports if you need that, I guess. And then Earth Power is Earth Power, right? As for 2 out of 5, here's where it gets interesting because 2 out of 5 is basically all you need for Swampert to become absolutely insane, right? So first of all, let's talk about just Muddy Water build, right? So you want to pick up Muddy Water MGR, going down here to pick up the extra special attack, and you want to come over here to pick up that accuracy on Muddy Water, and also pick up MP Refresh on Rain Dance, right? So you get more rain, which is nice. And then over here you want to pick up Hide and Sink to increase your sync move damage by 2 times. I'd probably go here for the extra speed and special attack, right? And then after that, I'd probably just go for some more accuracy on Muddy Water. If you're not running another crit support, you could go with Dire Rains. So, you crit on your Muddy Waters and Rain. But I just prefer running like another support. Or if you want, MP Refresh on Ready for This, I guess. But most like special attack buffers also buff crit, like Lisa, Sabrina, which also these two buff accuracy. So if you're bringing those, you don't even need accuracy, right? Sinister Blue also buffs accuracy and special attack, and crit, right? And Meganium, that's another one. So they basically all buff your special attack. So I really don't think this is like a big deal, right? I probably just bring another crit support, right? Again, if you need accuracy, pick up accuracy nodes. If not, just spend them all on like Muddy Water. Right? So again, it just depends on if you need accuracy or not. As for like an Earth Power grid, you could do that as well. No point really. I guess you could pick up Sand Shelter if you're running it like with Garchomp. If you're running like Garchomp, Swampert, and Acerola, you could pick up Sand Shelter, I guess. You pick up some Earth Power nodes. You could still Hide and Sink, right? But yeah, this is definitely something that you could go for. I'm not sure about Rain though, because again, if you are running in Sand with Garchomp, you kind of want Sand up and not Rain. But maybe just in case Rain or Sand runs out, you get some more Rain over here if you want. But otherwise, probably not really necessary. Maybe you could pick up like this, because if you're running with Acerola, you do need special attack, because Acerola buffs attack but not special attack, so you could do something like that, right? If you want, again, just for some ground type damage. Or if you're not like running it with Cynthia, it's just like if you don't have Cynthia, right? It's just Acerola, Swampert, and like some other support, right? Some other special support, then you could do that instead of picking this up, right? And then obviously you want to pick up some more Earth Power nodes. As for the and special attack and stuff. As for the Lucky Seal, I'd highly recommend going for Critical Strike 2, because again, you want to be doing damage with this thing. Even if you are like mainly trying to like support like some other like water type or some other unit that uses rain, right? You still want to output damage while you're at it, because why not? It's free damage. Why are you not getting the free damage, right? So yeah, there's that. Anyways, moving on to 3 out of 5. You don't really have too many new stuff here, honestly. I guess you get like On a Roll, which could be helpful if you don't have like Clement or whatever, or Mudsdale or Octillery. I think everyone has Mudsdale, but although Mudsdale's not the best, right? Like Clement or Octillery, you could go for On a Roll to increase your chance of decreasing the opponent's accuracy. You got Refreshing Rain, so you heal in rain, but like nothing in 3 out of 5 is too necessary, right? So again, going back to another damage build over here. Again, it really depends on if you need On a Roll or not. So you could do something like this: MP Refresh on Rain, Move Gauge Refresh on Muddy Water, the Sync move buffs, and On a Roll Hide and Sink. If you don't need the Move Gauge Refresh buffs, obviously you could spend that elsewhere, right? Pick up some Muddy Water damage nodes, or if you don't have a crit buffer, right, you can also pick up Muddy Water. Actually, never mind, you don't have enough, right? You're one short, never mind. Well, that kind of sucks. But yeah, if that's the case, then just pick up some Muddy Water nodes instead. But it doesn't hurt to have Move Gauge Refresh or Muddy Water anyways, right? If you don't need On a Roll, if you do have like Clement or Octillery, or whatever, right? Which if you have those, you really don't really need On a Roll, honestly. Then again, you could just spend those points elsewhere, right? Whether it be accuracy or whatever else, or you could maybe Actually, I don't really suggest coming over from here because you also get access to Best Buddy Muddy Water power ups over here instead, right? But yeah, those are some options you could go for over there. If you want Refreshing Rain, you could also pick that up as well if you want. Although then you can't really pick up the move gauge refresh over here, which isn't a huge deal, I guess. And if you want, you could also pick up Inclement Intellect over here and drop like the defense buffs. This is if I guess you just don't have another like special attack buffer. You could just get special attack by yourself while you're in rain, right? I mean, technically, like Swampert could get like max special attack and max crit by itself as well, right? It just takes a while, or RNG, right? Yeah, so those are some builds for Muddy Water. If you're going for something, again, Earth Power over here, you could go for Surging Sands. I don't really think it's worth it, though, because, I mean, you can still get the boost in, like, Rain or whatever, right? Which Rain is probably better. But if you want, you could go for Surging Sands, I guess. This really depends on if you're syncing with a Swampert or not, right? Because if you don't have Rain, like, your sync damage really isn't that great. Which is slightly unfortunate. But you could go that. Actually, let's see. If you go here, can you? Oh, you could pick up on roll. Okay, so you could decrease because Earth Power does have the chance to decrease the opponent's special defense. So this is also a good option. If you're just going for like, if you're just really not doing damage with her, which again I highly recommend you not. But I guess you really don't need much, right? Just I guess something over here. Refreshing Rain if you want to just like tank with her, I guess. Dire Rain if you want that. But again, it's just so much better just to try to do damage with her, right? She's a tech unit. She really, she does a lot of tech stuff, don't get me wrong, but like her damage is so much more valuable. I just always build her like around damage, right? As for some teams, right, that we could potentially go with. Where's the team builder? Oh, there's a team builder. All right, let's put that away. Okay, so here are some options. Here's a really good one. No. I didn't mean to close that one. So, you could do this, right? Octillery, May, and Blastoise. This gives you a full water team, which is really, really nice. So you get the extra type skills and all that stuff. Octillery, you could build it. You could actually build like some like damage, your skull damage build on Octillery as well. So like you could like output some like solid damage, right? Let's see, something like that, and then you come down. Burn synergy, skull move gauge refresh, dizzying power. Can we pick up the Octazooka thing? Anyways, or you could just pick up some Scald nodes. But yeah, you could have Octillery as like a secondary DPS. Also could burn the opponent, decrease the opponent's physical damage, and do some damage on your Scald. But more importantly, you also have Octazooka, which has a really, really good chance of decreasing the opponent's accuracy as well. So that combined with Muddy Water, you could decrease the opponent's accuracy relatively quickly. However, the quickest way is still with Clement and Helios, right? Because this this guaranteed decrease accuracy with a 1 gauge spam, right? Not that move gauge is an issue with this team. Move gauge is not an issue with this team at all, right? But you do have that 1 gauge spammable Mud Slap, which is a guaranteed accuracy down, right? You also have Raging Rain 5. You also have Refreshing Rain 1 over here, right? And then on top of that, Dizzying Power, you can increase your damage like that. If you pick up stuff like Parabolic Charge, Massive Healer, like after you're done decreasing your opponent's accuracy, you could start healing up by like a decent amount because you will be doing a lot of damage with Parabolic Charge because you heal based on how much damage you deal, right? And then you got like Raging Rain 5 here, you got Dizzying Power here. Your Parabolic Charge could actually heal up a decent amounts, right? And Singzu Blue. The other thing you could actually do with Singzu Blue is Singzu Blue. You could pick up stuff like Refreshing Rain. Like May help Singsu Blue so much, right? They're just a really, really great combo. You go again, Refreshing Rain, Racing Rain 2 to even more increase your move gauge refresh. Although it's not that, you probably don't want to pick it up if you're running Clement because that's just overkill on gauges. You really don't need that many gauges. But you could potentially pick up Racing Rain 2 over here when you're running something else, like say Sharpedo over here, right? Although Sharpedo might be a bit too much too, because Sharpedo is really, really fast. Yeah, Sharpedo, you could do some damage with that, or if you got like Fraligator, you could also do that as well. Run those in, or whatever else, water type damage dealer. Starmie would be something that you probably want to run Racing Rain, right? Starmie, which also Starmie does fantastic damage, right? Super duper effective 5, smart cookie, all that stuff, right? You also got blind spot, give you a solid sync nuke, although you probably would want to sync with May instead, because May just does so much more damage. But yeah, you could also, use Starmie to triple, Hydro Pump, Muddy Water, Hydro Cannon. Well, also Starmie gives you, some defensive capabilities as well. Increase your special defense, evasion, gradual heals, all that stuff. Even though you already, you're stacking, gradual heal on, 3 incredibly tanky Pokemon. On top of your rain heals, right? Refreshing rain, which is it's a pretty devastating team comp. But yeah, send any water type damage healer, you could just throw these in, right? Another option, if you don't have Sings of Blue, another fantastic option would be Sabrina Alakazam, obviously, right? The upside of running Sabrina Alakazam is Sabrina Alakazam gives you accuracy, right? Sabrina is also very, very fast. Gives you accuracy fast, also buffs your special attack much faster than Singsu Blue does. Singsu Blue does take some time, and it is a bit RNG, right? Sabrina is just straight up +6, right? Really, really easily. So that's also an option. Another really great option over here could also be a Singsu Elisa and Rotom, because Singsu Elisa and Rotom, they also, on top of giving you accuracy as well, give you some sync move countdown, right? So you get your syncs quicker. Although your first sync, you're not trying to do damage to that mostly. It's mainly to speed up your second sync, right? But yeah, Rotom's also a solid option. In terms of any, if you don't have Octillery or Clement, your only option would be Hapu, which actually isn't that bad, because Hapu is actually pretty good defensively, right? So that's another option. In terms of if you're running in a ground type or ground type team, right, you could definitely run Cynthia plus May, right, with Acerola. I'm not sure if it's that good of an idea. I should probably test it out first, but it is definitely something that you could do, right? Or swap Cynthia out for, again, any one of the supports, right? Whether it be Singsu Blue, Sabrina, Singsu Lisa, even Meganium, right? Torchic could be really, really good, because you could actually, you still max out your special attack and crit, because again, May buffs her special attack and crit, so that's enough for Torchic, right, to max it out. But yeah, there are definitely a lot of options here. So yeah, anyways, that's it for this one. I guess hope you guys enjoy. Let me know guys think in the comments down below. Enjoy this video, so channel for some more Masters content. I'll see you guys in the next one.